By Sinclair Heating and Cooling for 24/7 comfort on call.
All right, Brad, this is your day. Take it away.
Well, Butch and Suni, where's the clock? It's 4:31, 4:57 should be the moment
Okay.
they actually hit the water, okay? So
Okay.
we'll be counting it down. Just a quick look back. It was on Wednesday, June 5th, that the two of them, test pilots, left the Earth in that Starliner capsule. They went up to dock with the International Space Station, and initially there were some problems docking. They had to make a couple of attempts.
Wasn't the launch delayed and delayed and delayed too, right? Didn't they have issues
I
getting up
don't
there?
remember that,
Okay.
but that would have been probably another weather problem or
Sure,
another
okay.
technical problem. But the problem here was those 5 small helium leaks and some problems with thrusters. And at that point in time, it was supposed to be maybe a 7-8 day mission. And by then they were all, well, we're going to have to kind of figure this out. So you're not going to come back before July 2nd. And then it turned into,
Sure.
months and months. And in fact, it was on September 7th, the Starliner came back home without them.
Right.
Landed in the Utah desert there. And then about 2 weeks later, Crew 9, another Dragon capsule with only 2 of 4 potential astronauts, you have the 2 empty seats there, went up. They've been docked up there ever since. Those 2 empty seats, of course, are for
Butch and Suni.
correct. So, and by the way, they have some accomplishments here. They've been in space for 286 days. They circled the Earth 4,500 times. They have traveled 121 million miles. Suni Williams, by the way, has now spent in her entire career a total of 608 days in space, the second most of any U.S. astronauts. That's quite an accomplishment. And Butch Wilmore will have spent 464 days. So minutes away, okay?
All right, and again, ABC is going to bring that to us when it happens, so we may have to abruptly say goodbye. Just stay tuned. All right.
I have another topic for all of you, okay?
Okay.
These rare earth elements, we were just talking about them last week, okay?
yeah.
But I found an interesting story about them, and I thought maybe this will answer some more questions for us. They're essential for modern technology, anything from solar panels to batteries to magnets, energy technologies. They're used in X-ray machines, that sort of thing. Yes?
Aren't they in these little things too?
They are in there.
Little tablets right here?
Just they're widely needed for the way
Yeah.
we live our lives today, okay? There are actually 17 rare earth elements. I'm not even going to try to pronounce any of them, but there they are.
Okay.
And as it turns out, Chris, and this is why when I started researching this, it's like, this is really interesting. They're actually not so rare.
It's a misnomer?
Yes, here's the deal. They're not found in large deposits or veins, so it's difficult to mine them because they're embedded in other minerals, but they're
Okay.
found throughout the world,
Okay.
everywhere, okay? But they have to be processed to be extracted, and that's part of the problem. First of all, you have to get all the ore, crush it, grind it, chemically leach out the elements, separate them from impurities, then use extra solvents to extract the individual rare earth elements. As you can imagine, takes a great deal of time, it's costly, creates significant amounts of toxic and radioactive
Yeah.
waste. So that's part of the problem, okay? But then I saw this story, and this is what makes it so interesting. Enormous cache of rare earth elements discovered right here in America, so says the University of Texas at Austin. And guess where they are?
In Texas?
No. Well, they might be in Texas,
okay.
but here's just some of them. What are we looking at?
Looks like
That is coal ash in a landfill. So as it turns out, from 1985 through 2021, of course, the U.S. was still burning a lot of coal
Sure.
for our energy. As you burn the coal, what's left behind is this ash, and embedded in the ash are these rare earth elements. So part of the mining process has already been done, okay?
Okay.
So they know where all of this is. It's all documented, landfills, ponds, other storage areas. The coal contains different amounts of rare earth elements depending on where they originated from. Did they come from Pennsylvania, elsewhere in the
Okay.
Appalachians, the
Sure.
Western United States, wherever. But generally, 30 to 70% of those rare earth elements could be extracted, yielding as much as 11 million tons of
Wait
rare
a
earth
minute.
elements. Yes, yes.
It's right there.
And worth a value of $8.4 billion. Now, they still need to refine the process for doing the actual extraction from the ash, but it certainly is an amazing find. And by the way, the finding was paid for with our tax dollars from the U.S. Department of Energy, Office of Fossil Energy and Carbon Management. And I know what you're thinking, because that was are they still around with everything that's going on in Washington? The website is still there, but I couldn't find any information. But at the time, it was a good use of taxpayer dollars because it was a big discovery.
All right, rare earth. Maybe not so rare
After
all. All right, Brad, thanks so much
Okay.
for adjusting for us. And again, the
course.
reason we're doing that is we're going to bring the